When I first moved from the US to Norway, I had no idea what to expect. But what I found honestly shocked me, and let me explain. When I first got to Norway, the first thing I noticed was how calm it was. So, in most European cities I've been to, or in the US, it's normally busy, people are honking, it's very loud, there's people screaming, there's people just being loud all the time. But here in Norway, it is like dead silent. It's basically like you're in the forest and you don't hear anything except for your occasional car or occasional people walking or voices. And it was so surprising to me because I was able to sleep so well and so easily because I didn't have to hear all the loud noises that come with a big city. And this is in a major place. Norway, while it is small, there's still around 5 million people, which, was a lot bigger than where I was coming from in California. And in California, I would always hear like the planes landing at night over my house, and it was just so loud. But here, the first thing that shocked me was just how quiet it is. And even when you're just walking out on the streets, taking a walk, it's so quiet. And it's unbelievable how quiet it is, because I would have expected cars honking or people being loud, but no, it's quiet everywhere you go. So that's the first thing that was very shocking to me. All right, so the next thing I'm going to be talking about is how amazing the architecture is in the city. Now, this is something that I've noticed very much while being in Norway, and that I haven't really noticed in other European cities I've been to. So, I've been to some nice European cities like Rome, Paris, but the one thing I noticed in Norway is how beautiful the architecture is on almost every single building. Everywhere I walk, there's like carved in sculptures on every building, and it's just so beautiful. I have never seen this in any other European city. In those cities I've been to, I've seen pretty much at least a couple buildings that are maybe run down or not as nice, or they don't have this nice architectural European feel. But here, it's just unbelievable how nice every single building is. I've not seen one rundown building, which is insane to me because the architecture is just incredible, and there's so much design and care put into the buildings, and they're kept so nicely, and it's just amazing. And it's something that I think really shocked me and really changed me, because I have never seen that in any other place. And I was like, it made me question, like, wow, is this even a real place? And I think that it's one of the most beautiful cities that I've ever been to, or countries, because of that. That's definitely one of the reasons. All right, the next point I'm going to be talking about, point number 3, is the safety, because this one was a big one for me, especially coming from California, where I was always unaware somewhat and on edge because I didn't really feel that safe. I felt safe, but I didn't really feel as safe as I did here when I first came to Norway, and I didn't really expect that. But when I first came here, it was incredible. I could walk at 1 a.m. and I would see people walking out at that time, no problem. And I felt very, very safe. I feel like I could drop my guard. Obviously everyone has that little bit of like guard on all the time, but I felt like I could completely drop my guard and I could walk around at any time and feel completely safe. And even my wife could walk around completely fine. And this was a big thing for me because I really value being safe. And of course, a lot of people love to be safe. And here I just felt like I could be completely safe and I could walk around all the time late at night, and I would never have to worry about getting in any issues, or even on the public transportation. It's completely safe late at night. Obviously you also have to be careful, but here, even going on the train or the bus, I felt totally safe, which I thought was amazing. And it really shocked me on how safe it was here, because I never expected some place to be this safe where you basically don't have to worry at all about anything happening to you. All right, so the next thing I'm going to be talking about is the contrast between the summer and now slowly becoming the winter. So when I was in California, the sun would set, usually around 8 p.m. the latest in the summer, and maybe 5 p.m. in the winter. But here, since I've been in Norway, the one thing that I think is incredible to see for me was the midnight sun. Now, when I first got here, I got here in the summer, so I was able to see the sun setting at 1 a.m. And I remember the first time I saw this, it was one of the craziest things, the most beautiful things I've ever seen in my life. And I'm not even kidding. I remember just being like, I've never seen that. So it's like, I had no words for it. And I really hope to see the northern lights in the winter. If you guys have any tips about that, let me know in the comments. But now that we're transitioning into winter, here's where I've heard it starts to get it is beautiful, but in terms of getting dark very early, I've heard that you don't get that much sunlight. So I'm definitely trying to look forward to that. I'm definitely looking forward to all the winter activities, but I think that it's going to be cool to see that side too, because even though, yes, the midnight sun is amazing and I can't wait for it again, I think it also helps me cherish that more, because, you know, now I have something to look forward to, and I'm so excited for the next summer. But I think winter is going to also be beautiful in its own way. You know, I'm a big fan of the sun, so I might not enjoy that part, but I feel like it's going to be beautiful in its own way, because I've never really experienced a true winter. If you guys don't know, it does not snow in California, and it's pretty much sunny all year round, so there's no opportunity for a real sort of winter. I've never really experienced fall either, so I'm definitely getting a healthy dosage of my first winter and summer. I'm very excited to see snow in a long time. It's been a long time since I've seen snow, so I think that is going to be a huge opportunity for me to grow as a person and explore things that I've never explored before. So I'm ready for that. I just think that, yeah, the midnight sun was just incredible. And, you know, in California, I've never seen that, so I wasn't used to it. You know, I was literally, I remember going out almost every single night, just even though it would be setting late, I'd be shocked even more every time I'd go out and be like, wow, it's just incredible to see this, you know? All right, and the final point I'm going to be talking about is the nature change. So back where I'm from in California, I never really went out into the nature, and to be honest, there was not a lot of nature around me. You know, if you want to go to the beach or even the forest, it would be at least an hour and a half drive. But here, when I got to Norway, it's pretty much baked into the society. Everywhere you go, there's some sort of nature around you. Very close to you, there's always nature around. And Norwegians love going outdoors and being in the nature, hiking, skiing, swimming, you name it, cycling, walking. And I think this was very shocking for me, because I'm not used to being in nature so much. But since I've got here, I think that's been a huge part of my life, and I've adapted it into my life, and I've been going in nature every day. And no matter the weather, which is also something a lot of Norwegians do, but it's definitely changed my life in the best way, because now I feel a lot better mentally and physically, because I'm walking more, I'm hiking more, I'm in the nature, I'm swimming, and it's honestly just amazing. And I never expected that. You know, I never knew that actually, that Norwegians love nature so much. I just thought people occasionally go on hikes, but no, it's a very big part of life. And I understand now why, because I think it's a very important thing that you should have in your life, is like being outside in nature and being outdoors. And, you know, it helps since the air is so clean too. Some of the cleanest air, actually the cleanest air I've ever smelled. So that definitely helps me, because it makes me want to be in nature more. You know, I'm enjoying the sun occasionally. I'm enjoying the fresh air. I'm enjoying the hiking, because there's so much beautiful nature. Even if you drive, you know, 30-40 minutes in whatever direction, I feel like you're always going to reach some beautiful nature point that is just you wouldn't find anywhere else. Because another thing I notice is in the major European cities I've been to, you know, Paris, Rome, there's not a lot of nature, especially in the city center. You know, you don't find that much nature. But here it's like, it feels like Norway was like built into nature. Like the cities were built into nature because of how much there is. And that's why I feel like Norway is kind of like Europe, but 10 times better, because of how peaceful and how calm and how beautiful everything is. It feels like I'm in a dystopia. It doesn't even feel like it's real, because of how amazing this place is, and it's just incredible to me. So I think that's a huge point, is the nature, the air, and just how beautiful the city is. Like seriously, it's just, I know I say it so many times in my videos, but like I honestly mean it, because it's such a beautiful country. Please, anyone watching this video, you guys need to come to Norway and check it out for yourself. I think it's one of the best places you could go on earth. It is a little bit expensive, but hey, what's not expensive nowadays anyway? So that's one of the points I wanted to make, because I felt like that is seriously a significant thing that really shaped who I am here and how I feel about this place. So yeah. All right guys, so that is the video about what shocked me the most so far. I really enjoy this video. You know, sometimes, to be honest, I like to do these videos where I just sit and talk about how my experience has been so far in Norway. And if you guys like these kind of videos, let me know in the comments below, because I love to make these videos just talking to you guys. You know, I feel like it's a good mix up, but I also like to do this style of videos. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you all for watching. Hope you guys have a great day. Of course, I'm gonna shout out my members, so thank you guys for supporting the channel. I love every single one of you guys. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you soon with another video. Subscribe, leave a comment, leave a like. It means more than you know to me. Thank you so much. And I'm gonna stop yapping now so you can enjoy the rest of your day.